In 2023, John and Jane decided to embark on an exploratory journey across the American states. The road stretched endlessly before them, leaving behind trees standing like walls on either side of the road. They arrived at a remote area filled with dense forests and majestic mountains. At sunset, they reached an old abandoned house that seemed to have been waiting for ages. "Do you think there might be something intriguing inside the house?" Jane asked in amazement. John answered with an excited smile. "I can't wait to see what this place holds for us." They entered the house and found themselves in a spacious hall filled with dust and darkness. The windows were blocked with wooden panels and tattered curtains. They continued to explore the hall, and suddenly, they saw a dark staircase leading downwards. The stairs looked like they were leading them to an unknown world. With courage, they began to wander down the narrow staircase. The further down they went, the darker and colder it became. They finally arrived at an extensive, dimly lit chamber. However, what caught their attention was the bright star situated in the middle of the chamber. It shone with a majestic light, as if it was awaiting them. "Do you think it signifies something?" John wondered, gazing at it. Suddenly, they heard a faint voice coming from the dark corners of the chamber, as if someone was speaking in a hushed tone. "Who are you?" John shouted into the air, but there was no reply. They cautiously roamed the chamber, finding it filled with strange markings and symbols they couldn't decipher. "Perhaps this place was once home to ancient rituals," Jane said in astonishment. As they examined the chamber, they felt the presence of something intangible with them in the room. It wasn't another person, but they sensed the presence of a mysterious entity trying to communicate with them. "Do you feel this?" John asked in amazement. Jane nodded, trying to pinpoint the source of this mysterious presence. Suddenly, the symbols on the walls started to move as if they were alive. Colors and light erupted, and they watched as the symbols transformed into a vivid scene. "Do you see what I see?" John asked in astonishment. "Yes, it's telling a story," Jane exclaimed in wonder. Before them, the symbols turned into an animated painting, narrating the tale of an ancient being and mysterious powers. They followed the painting in awe, as if it was explaining to them a deep secret from the history of this place. When the story concluded, the symbols returned to their places, as if nothing had happened. They exchanged glances, astonished by what they had witnessed. "It holds the answers we're seeking," John declared with excitement. "Let's search this place carefully. Perhaps we'll find more clues," Jane added, looking even more determined. They continued to explore the chamber, finding more symbols and ancient inscriptions. However, they couldn't fully understand them. While they searched, they came across a key made of pure gold hanging on the wall. "Perhaps it opens the door next to it," Jane suggested. John tried the key, and it turned out to unlock the door. Behind it, they found another secret passage extending deeper into the house. "Should we explore this as well?" John asked, a lake of curiosity in his eyes. "Of course, we don't know what we might find there," Jane answered. They entered the secret passage and were faced with a series of ancient doors. But they weren't alone in this place. They heard faint footsteps approaching them, and shadows appeared in the corners. "Who's here?" John whispered. They didn't have time to wait, as a dark figure emerged from the shadows. "Who are you? And what are you doing here?" the stranger asked. "We're searching for answers. Do you know anything about this place?" Jane asked, her voice trembling. But the stranger didn't respond. Instead, he vanished into the shadows as quickly as he appeared. This scene left a mysterious impression on John and Jane. However, they didn't lose hope in finding the answers they were looking for. They continued to climb the narrow passage, finding themselves in a dark, expansive room. This time, there was a person sitting in the corner, his face dark and enigmatic. "Who are you? And what are you doing here?" John asked cautiously. The person answered in a whispering and eerie voice. "You're in danger. You must flee before it's too late." There was no time for questions or explanations. They hurried to exit the room and continued to search for an exit. As they pressed on, the voices and whispers grew more intense until they reached a room at the end of the passage. When they entered the room, they found themselves in an entirely different place. The floor was covered with golden sand, and the walls were adorned with strange patterns. When they entered the room, they found themselves in an entirely different place. The floor was covered with golden sand, and the walls were adorned with strange patterns and mysterious symbols. In the center of the room, they found what appeared to be an ancient statue depicting a figure wearing a crown adorned with jewels. "Perhaps it holds the key to this puzzle," John said, heading towards the statue. Suddenly, the statue began to move and breathe, as if it were alive. Before their eyes, the statue transformed into a real person, speaking in a calm and deep voice. "Welcome, adventurers. You are here for a reason, aren't you?" the living statue said. "We are seeking answers, the secret of this place," Jane replied with determination. "This place holds a dangerous power, but it comes at a great cost," the statue warned. "What is this cost?" John inquired with curiosity. "The decision you make today will shape your future," the statue answered solemnly. As they listened to the statue, the ground began to tremble beneath their feet. They felt as if they were swimming in a sea of thoughts and questions. "We must choose wisely," Jane said, taking John's hand. After moments of deep contemplation, they decided to leave this place and return to the surface. When they reached the surface, they found themselves in front of the old house once again. The night had fallen, and the stars illuminated the sky. "This has been an unforgettable experience," Jane said with a smile. "Yes, it's been a true adventure," John added. However, they noted that they still carried in their hearts the secrets and mysteries they had experienced in this enigmatic place.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the content. If the answer is yes, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to receive all the latest updates first. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and leave your comments and suggestions below. We love hearing your feedback and appreciate your continuous support. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you in the upcoming videos.